All right, good morning, everybody. We are broadcasting live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the heart of our office in the corporate location. I'll tell you what, we have a great show today. We're going to have on Jennifer. She's from Dr. Rob Shelton's office in Minnesota, and I have down on Facebook that she lost 80 pounds, and it turns out that she says that she lost more than that. She's lost 90 pounds, which is going to be great. Which is great. Hey, by the way, we got some really great things going on today that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the adrenals. We're going to talk about, by the way, if you didn't see the research that we put up on Thursday, and remember, I want you to be sure to watch us every single Saturday at 9 a.m. We stream live. We do that. That is a simultaneous broadcast with KDKA Radio. We also broadcast. It's going on Facebook, the NutriMost USA, as well as YouTube. So it's going to be it's a great broadcast that we're going to have on with that. So I'm really looking forward to that. We have some other things going on. I want to remind everybody that to look at our program that was on Facebook, NutriMost USA. We do every single Thursday at 12 noon, the most significant research and news for creating your most beautiful, healthy life. And so that's every single Thursday at 12 noon. I'll tell you what, we had a great one on this past Thursday. And what it was a lot of people have made a big deal about this. And the reason they made a deal about it is because it was the gene that they said can cause obesity. And in fact, it was really interesting because there were two mice given the exact same amount of food. They had the exact same amount of exercise, and the one gained double the weight. I mean, it was twice as large as the other mouse. So you had this one giant mouse and you had this one little mouse, and they said it was because of this gene. They actually stripped the gene. They did what's called a knockout of that gene. And we talk about this because the reality of it is when they presented it, made it sound phenomenal that this may be the key, that but it goes back. I did the week before, I did a program that it's not your fault. It's not your fault, and that a calorie is not a calorie. And I give the significance, and one of the things I talked about is genetics. But one of the things within that, we showed that, hey, here's the thing. If a calorie was just a calorie, it was a calorie, and if it's all about calories in versus calories out, then it wouldn't matter. If you eat this many calories, and that would be whether you're going to gain weight or lose weight. Yet this shows that here's one mouse that gained double the amount. And so they made it like it was a possible breakthrough with obesity. But the reality of it is only 1.3% of Caucasians have this gene, like 8.4% of African Americans have the gene. You can overcome the gene, and it's really not dependent on the gene because you can overcome that. Hey, so we're while we wait for Rob Pratt to come back on with KDKA, some of the things I'm going to talk about today again is the adrenals. And I'll give you guys I'm going to give you guys a preview that I wasn't going to talk about, but I will talk about it today. And that is that we're going to go over that only for the second time ever in our history. We are going to have a sale, and we had one last year, and we're going to have one again this year. So, okay, we're going to be joining Rob Pratt right now, and I'm going to go over that with you in a little bit.
AA Weekend Magazine with your host, Dr. Ray. The following information is paid for by NutriMost Weight Loss Centers and is intended solely to further the public's general knowledge about weight loss programs. KDKA Radio does not guarantee the accuracy of any information aired in this program. Individual problems or questions concerning weight loss programs should always be referred to your healthcare professional.
The KDKA Weekend Magazine. Local talk from local experts. News Radio 1020, KDKA.
Life will never be the same. Life All right, he has got some special guests lined up. We'll get to them in a moment, but we're going to start off with Dr. Ray Wisniewski. You know, you can always reach him and Dr. Foreman and company at one of their many offices and get that appointment by dialing 855-NutriMost, 855-NutriMost, or 855-688-7466, 855-688-7466. NutriMost.com, NutriMost.com. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's say good morning to Dr. Ray Wisniewski. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Rob. I'll tell you what, I am excited today. And I'm excited for a lot of different reasons. We got a great show today. We're going to talk about some of our products. We're going to have Dr. Rob Shelton on from Minnesota, and one of his patients, Jen, who I have down on Facebook that she lost 80 pounds, and actually on something I have here. And I was talking to her just before the program that she's lost actually 90 pounds. So we're going to have them on. We're going to talk about some just some amazing things. We're going to talk about some breakthroughs. And, you know, one of the things I want to talk about, and I forgot to talk about it last week. I wanted to talk about that. And that is that one of our patients, actually James Brown, who is on NFL Today. He's on Inside the NFL. And James Brown is, if you notice, he did he's lost a ton of weight. In fact, if you go online, just Google James Brown weight loss. It's pretty amazing because you see, here's an article, Washington Post. It says, shows a picture. It says, sportscaster James Brown explains his incredible 74-pound weight loss. And it shows a after, and then it shows a before picture. I think it's on here. And it's just amazing because actually, he's lost now about 85 pounds. But if we take a look through, and if you even go online and just look at some of these, like USA Today had him up. And I'm actually online to see what we have. And it's, again, it's, let me just see this here. It just says, CBS's James Brown reveals the inspiring words that motivated him to lose 80 pounds. And we just get to see all these different, you know, here it is. It was Newsday put it on. NFL Today host, it discusses his weight loss. We see Men's Health. James Brown reveals the one thing that motivated him to lose 74 pounds and shows a before and an after picture of him. And like I said, he did NutriMost. And the nice thing is that he did not become, we just signed him as our national spokesperson. And there's so many people just asking him about his weight loss, and he's basically, one of the things was that with JB, when he started the program, you know, he was like a lot of other people. And what that is here he had a weight problem. He was gaining weight, and the people at CBS were telling him, you know, JB, you got to do something. And he said he was like a lot of other people. He was eating some crazy foods. He was on a different diet, and he's trying to lose weight. And it wasn't working. And one of the vice presidents said, it was his boss, said, JB, I did this program. I lost 85 pounds. And JB saw him lose 85 pounds. And I actually did it. He lost it and kept it off for over 2.5 years when JB saw him. And so he said, you got to do the program. And so JB, actually the vice president called me up and talked to me first. And he says, hey, can you work with JB? I'm trying to get him to do the program. Maybe if you talk to him. And I talked to him. He did the program, and he paid for it like anybody else. You know, a lot of these spokespeople, you got one person to be a spokesperson, so you have them do it. You give them the program. We didn't give JB anything. He paid full price. He did the program like everybody else did the program. He was ecstatic with the program. He's referred probably hundreds of people. I mean, it's just been a referring machine. And we said, hey, JB, you know, people are always asking about it. And, you know, you say you can't say it you know, about our program. You know, why don't you become a spokesperson? So we've been dealing with their agents and attorneys, and we did that. But the nice thing is, he was a patient first that paid full price, did the program like everybody else, and now he's a spokesperson. And he's just so authentic. And that's one of the things that we love about JB. But if you, you know, I put up some of these online, you can just see, you know, here it is, Men's Fitness, Men's Health, Newsday, USA Today, Washington Post, some Kansas City newspaper, CBN, the Sports Daily. CBN is a Christian Broadcasting Network. And he says James Brown wants to be a strong, healthy vessel for the Lord, and how he lost this weight. And he credits his faith in God, and he talks about the Christian doctor that created it. It's pretty cool. But you can have that too. All you have to do is give us a call, and it's 855-NutriMost. That's 855-688-7466. You can visit us online at NutriMost.com.
And we're going to come back with his very special guest in just a couple of moments. Dr. Ray Wisniewski is on the air. 855-NutriMost, 855-688-7466.
Okay, well, we're waiting for them to come back. I just want to go through that, and I showed that information with JB, and if you go, all you have to do is literally, if he was. When they announced this, and you have to understand how this came about. It was really incredible because the guy here is, I can't think of his name. It will be on here. There's Dan Steinberg. He was doing a podcast with JB, and he had done different things with JB before. And when he did that, I'm just bringing it up on my computer, by the way. You can just bring it up. And so he did this podcast, and when he showed up, he barely recognized him. And that's one of the things that I think he starts off. He says, some CBS viewers already noticed James Brown's dramatic weight loss late last season. By the way, he started October 11th last year. That was his first day. I went and looked it up. He says, by the time the next NFL season starts, it might be impossible to miss. Longtime football studio host is down 74 pounds from a 6'5" frame since October, having lost exactly 25% of his weight. But the nice thing is, like most people who do our program, it's all those other things. It's all the little things that make this such a huge difference. And it's interesting because when he did this program, it was recognized by almost everybody. Picked up this story. So Dan wrote this story. They did a podcast, and JB talks about it. And by the way, so he always does a shout out. He does a shout out to two people all the time, besides me that he gives a shout out to. He gives a shout out to his the vice president, the executive vice president, who's a Hall of Fame.
By calling and get that appointment, you're definitely starting in the right direction. 855-NutriMost, 855-NutriMost, or 855-688-7466. 855-688-7466. Doc, I know we've got some special guests, Jen and a doctor you want to introduce, so what do you say we get them on the air? Who would you like to begin with first?
Let's do it. Well, I'll put them both on if we can have them. I'll talk to... I thought that we'll bring on Jen, have her tell her story, and Dr. Rob Shelton is her doctor at he does the Minnesota NutriMost office, and Jen's just been amazing. She's lost 90 pounds. So Jen, are you on the line?
I am.
Okay, can you just share with everybody out there your story and what you found and how you came about NutriMost and what this journey has been like for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, I'm a pretty positive and upbeat person and, relatively high self-esteem, and except when it came to my weight, and it's just always been something that I've struggled with. And so I've tried so many different programs throughout my journey, and saw little to no results, and so I saw this one-page ad for the NutriMost program, and I chose it for three reasons. One of them was just that the guarantee to lose the a minimum of 20 pounds, and then the fact that it was going to be real food. It wasn't going to be the pills or the shakes or the packaged dinners, which was really just kind of what my struggle was with the other programs, just because that's not sustainable for me, right? I can't live on soy shakes for the rest of my life. So I was excited to be, learning how to eat for the first time in 47 years, to learn how to eat and keep the weight off. So that's what, so I, answered that ad and set up an appointment. So.
Well, and I'll tell you what, and I know that, can you tell us a little bit about, what you tried before and what that difference has been like for you?
Yeah, so I had tried a lot of the programs that are out there, the Jenny Craig's and the P90X, and trying to get it off through exercise. And my goodness, I've all the pills that they have, that you'd be sitting up late at night watching an infomercial, and God dang it, I think I called every single one of them. Just spent so much time and money on different things, hoping to find that kind of magic bullet to help me lose my weight. And just it wasn't seeing the results, or you'd see results, and as soon as you got off the program, like I said, I can't live on shakes for the rest of my life. And so as soon as I would, get back into eating food, then came the weight. And so it was just really frustrating. And so I gave this a shot, and what was, just kind of fun for me was the results that I saw. And not only the results that I saw, but my friends and family who had been through this journey with me. Here's Jen going on another diet plan, to see the results, falling off me, losing the weight, the energy that it gave me, just the positive attitude. And really probably the biggest surprise out of it was I just did not know that I had the discipline, kind of lurking, there within me. I didn't know that I could, complete the program and that it would be so easy for me. And so I really didn't even have to sell this program to my friends or family, or to my coworkers. They saw the results. I didn't have to say a word, and I had people coming up to me as I kind of posted my journey on Facebook. I had people coming up to me just going, "Gosh, Jen, we have never seen you like this. We've, we can see that it works. We can see that you're not eating crazy stuff." And so as a result, I had, my husband and a couple of my really good friends and even some coworkers join the program just based on what they saw through my journey.
Jen,
so that was just really exciting for me.
Let me ask you about your, any those non-scale victories that you see, things that you may not have expected. Or.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, well, I had not been out of the 200s in 20 years. On my wedding day, I was 197 pounds. And boy, that, just to get out of the 200s was amazing. The fact that I could shop with my girlfriends. I had never gone clothes shopping with my girlfriends because I'd always be in another store or in another section, the plus size section. So that was amazing for me to get out of the plus size section, but and to break through into the 100s. I didn't have a lot of major health problems, but one of the surprising things that I had restless leg syndrome, and I didn't take anything for it, but it was just really annoying for any of you who have RLS. It's just so frustrating and annoying. And simply by changing my diet, I realized that after a few weeks, I didn't have it, and so that was fantastic. And then just my complexion. I didn't have acne, or I wasn't struggling with a lot of skin issues, but my complexion just almost glowed, and that was what people noticed. I think first, before any of the weight loss, they noticed just my attitude and my complexion, and then I certainly noticed the restless legs. So that was fantastic for me.
And that is, people don't realize when you start to balance the body, when you balance and get the body functioning the way that it's supposed to function, what you see is you do see things like the rest of this leg. It's not that we were treating that. What we're doing is it's balancing the body. And that's one of the reasons why when you have a weight issue, it's because your body is out of balance. And once you balance that, that's what changes it. So it's pretty exciting, and you are a walking, talking billboard. We actually have your picture up on Facebook Live right now. But let me see. Can we bring on Dr. Shelton? Are you there, Doc?
I'm here.
I'll tell you what, and you're doing just a magnificent job. And as far as your office in Minnesota, last week I had Wendy on, and Wendy lost 130, I think, 5 pounds. And you've had a bunch of people just do some amazing things. And Jen has just been stellar, and you can hear her when she talks. You can hear that energy. You can hear that happiness come through. So can you tell us what it's like taking care of these people, and what makes NutriMost so unique and so different?
Well, it's exciting, to wake up and go into an office where you love to see people coming in. And Dr. Ray, almost everybody coming in, they're walking slow, they're kind of hunched over, they're looking around, their eyeballs are going left to right. They don't know if this is going to work. They tell me, they say, I hope it works. I hope this works. Because a lot of the times when people come into my office, it's their last stop before surgery. And they've given up. But like Jen said, she saw the guarantee, and she wanted to give it a try. So on the guarantee and the balancing of hormones, she came in. And we saw her transform her very first week on the program. It was so amazing. Her energy went through the roof, really. And I actually asked my office manager, I said, is that the same gal that came in that I sat down with? And he goes, yeah. I said, I thought she looked familiar. And her complexion was changing. That is true. Wendy, when she came in, she drove about 3 hours one way to come into the office. But she was at a point in her life where if this didn't work, excuse me, she told me, she said, Dr. Shelton, if this doesn't work, I'm going in for surgery. I said, Wendy, we're going to hold your hand every single day on the program. I guarantee if you just follow what we're asking you to do, you're going to see the transformation. And her first 40 days on the program, she lost 40 pounds.
Well, you know what? We're going to have... let me interrupt you, Doc, for a second, because we're going to have to be going to break. And we're going to carry you over. We'll talk a little bit about it, because I know that her husband came on the program as well. And I want everybody, wherever you're at, you can give us a call. And that number is 855-NutriMost, 855-688-7466. You can visit us online at NutriMost.com for only $27. Get that body composition analysis. The weight loss consultation will review your body type and goals, determine the personalized plan to hit your goals. But you're the one that has to take that action. Give us a call now at 855-NutriMost.
All right, listen, I want to remind everyone, we'll give you that number in just a moment, but if you really want to find out what they do and why this has become a global phenomenon, and he has helped hundreds of thousands worldwide achieve their weight loss goals, I highly recommend that you check out NutriMost.com. Very active and interactive website that you can actually see some of these success stories. NutriMost.com, NutriMost.com, RIMOST.com. And if you're listening online anywhere across the country, that is always the best way to find out what they are doing, and obviously one of the many satellite offices and the one nearest you. He, of course, here in Pittsburgh has a number of offices, and on their Facebook page you can see incredible pictures of Wendy that I saw the other day, and nothing but 2 thumbs up for her and what she has done. Rather, Jen and Wendy, 2 great success stories, what I have seen over the last couple of days as far as how much weight these 2 people have lost, and we're talking to Jen today. So a great way to plug into NutriMost. And remember, to get your appointment with Dr. Ray, you need to call right now, 855-NutriMost, NutriMost, or 855-688-7466, 855-688-7466. We'll be right back. Good morning.
All right. Well, we're waiting for KDKA to come back with us. I'm going to take us to, what we're going to do is we're going to do the recipe of the week this week. And I'll give a shout out to Amy for picking this recipe this week. And the reason is Amy says she's used this recipe and has taken it to different places. Everybody loves it. It's the berry cobbler. It's really for our phase 4 of the program. And when we take a look, I mean, this is we have there's 4 cups of berries. This is the ingredients. 4 cups of berries, whether it's strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. You can use a mix. You can use fresh. You can use frozen. You need a cup of almond flour, 1/4 cup of coconut oil or butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 to 2 tablespoons of unsweetened coconut flakes. That's optional, but it's absolutely fantastic. And here's what you get. So, and it's you preheat your oven to about 375. Grease a 8x8 pan or a large baking dish with coconut oil or butter. Place the berries in the baking dish. Combine the almond flour, the coconut oil, the butter, and the vanilla with your hands until it makes a crumbly topping. And you may need to adjust the almond flour up or down a little bit depending on the texture of the brand that you use. And using your hands, sprinkle or crumble the topping over the berries. Sprinkle on the coconut flakes on top of that if desired. Put the dish into the oven and cook for about 20 minutes. And by the way, it's 20 minutes for fresh fruit, about 30 to 40 minutes if you're using frozen fruit. And this is what it looks like. Now, tell me, does that look phenomenal? That is a great, 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 great dish to take. And I'm excited for that when I see it. I'll tell you what, Amy does some great things when she's cooking. So I just wanted to bring that on and show some of that. And one of the other things I wanted to talk about, and I started to bring it up a little bit earlier today, and that is, and I will bring that up on the radio as well. It's funny because we debated doing a sal this year at all. We did one last year, and we've never done a sal. As long as NutriMost has been around, it never goes on sale. And it's interesting because today I talked about JB, and it's funny because JB last year, he started the program in, like I said, in October 10th, and I mean he was just getting these amazing results. And what happened was the first thing he says is, I need to get this. I want to buy programs for my family. I want to do my nieces, and he just had all these people he wanted to buy programs for. And so he calls me up and he says, Doc, can I get any special deal? And any of you that know me, it's no. It's this is what it is. And it's even the fact that, here was as a celebrity. He's on the TV all the time. And it wasn't that I was going to just give him something that I just don't do that. He paid full price. I mean, full price. And so when he called me up and he says, hey, can you do this? Well, when he called me for that, it was the weekend before Thanksgiving. And I remember he was telling me he's going to Coach Cower's house for Thanksgiving, and he was going through some of this stuff. And I said, we don't do that. I said, and then all of a sudden I said, you know what? I'll have a Black Friday sale. And a lot of our offices, we just announced it on Monday for that week. And so a lot of these offices were going to be off and stuff. And I said, hey, we're going to have a Black Friday sale. And they said, well, we can't even do it. I said, well, for those who want to participate, it's 25% off for the first time and 35% off if you're doing another round. So instead of the 25, it's actually 35% for that. And that's what started it. And so then this year came around again. People said, hey, are we going to do this? And I said, boy, you know what? I've said it before. We don't do sales. And so we debated it in our office, and we said, okay, we'll do that. And I said, here's what we'll put it out on. We'll send out an email on Wednesday. Well, we went to we set a Neva text, and it accidentally went out when we were supposed to be testing, which it wasn't to go out. So some people did receive that already. And we're going to be coming back in 30 seconds But just so you know that this week we are going to be doing that. So that's going to be a great thing. So you may want to take advantage of that. That's going to be 25% off first time round, 35% off if you've done the program before. But give us a call. And you just call 855-688-7466. And this is early. We're giving it special to you listeners, people who are on the program. It is at all participating offices, and it involves all the weight loss programs. And it looks like we're coming back.
All right, listen, if you want your life to be even better, you need to get the balance, and that really has a lot to do with getting that weight situation under control, and they will help you. They guarantee 20 pounds, but as you heard Jen, people lose a whole lot more on that. NutriMost.com, 855-NutriMost, or on the keypad, 855-688-7466. Call now and get your appointment. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get back now to Dr. Ray Wisniewski and his doc. Doc, go ahead.
Okay, and Rob, we're going to bring on Dr. Shelton and just talk a little bit about what that's like to, here are our programs. You have to understand the difference that makes our programs unique from every other program. Number one, we have the guarantee. Number two, it's personalized. We have NutriMost Intelligence, this proprietary system that nobody else has that assesses all these different factors. We're looking at the body from both from a molecular perspective, a cellular perspective, and then a metabolic perspective. And it's interesting because even some of the research that just came out, they're looking at there's brown fat, there's white fat, and now they actually found, and you think you know the body. In 2015, they discovered beige fat, which is another type of fat, and they describe the mechanism of how this all occurs and how, see the difference, brown fat is burning calories for heat, whereas your white fat stores energy. And so it's the white fat that's the, as we talk, the bad fat type of a thing, versus the brown fat, which is this good fat. And then there's this in between, this beige fat can actually turn white fat into brown fat. And so those are things that we recognize. And it's interesting because the products that we use, and we're going to go over some of those in a little bit, but we've been on the forefront of this as far as how we get to this amazing results. And I'll tell you what, we want you to experience that. And so this week, I'm going to give people today just a little bit of a heads up before everybody else, because we have only had one time in our entire history a sale on NutriMost. One time. It was last year on Black Friday. And I was just talking on the break. We had how that even came up. It was James Brown from CBS. He started October 10th. By the time right before the November, right before Thanksgiving, I talked to him. He was going over to Coach Cowers for Thanksgiving last year. Don't know where he's going this year. No, that's where he went last year. And because he asked me, what can I eat and stuff like that. It was on the program. And he calls me and says, hey, I want to buy programs for a lot of people for Christmas. He says, can you give me any special deal? And I said, no, we don't do that. We don't have, like, I'm just this type, it's like I treat everybody the same. And he says, Doc, can't you do anything? And I'm trying to think, how can I justify that? And I said, I'll tell you what. I called him later and I said, I will have a Black Friday sale. You can buy it on Black Friday. And I announced it that Monday before, and some of our doctors are like, you didn't give us any notice. We're like closed on that day. And I said, hey, well, it's only at participating offices. And so I did it. Well, we've been debating that, and we're going to have it again this year. So I'm giving everybody a heads up on that. It'll be the first time that we've ever brought this up here, and that is that November 23rd through the 27th through Cyber Monday at midnight. It's 25% off for new programs, and it's going to be 35% off for those who have already done the program for their second time through or third time through. Like you see how Jen went through 3 times, lost 90 pounds. Some of the guys can do that in like two times through. If you only need to lose a lesser amount, we have other programs for you. But it's an amazing program. And you really want to take advantage of it. Right now is the time to do it. It's truly phenomenal. Okay, let me bring Dr. Shelton on just for a little bit here. And Dr. Shelton, I know that you're doing great things out there. We'll have you tell a little bit about your office and just the fact that even Jen, she sort of mentioned it, but not completely. Jen's husband actually did the program too. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. His name is John. He came in because he was in a serious accident where he injured his neck. I don't know if he was, temporarily paralyzed or something like that, but he's a mechanic. So it was very, very difficult for him to work the fat off that he put on since the accident. And he came in, he said, my wife did amazing, and she's just really excited, and I want to give it a shot, too. I said, come on in, John, let's do this. And he came in, and he ended up losing, a tremendous amount of weight. I don't remember, how much weight he lost, but I saw the transformation in him. His motivation was he couldn't exercise to take the weight off. So knowing that this was a program that he didn't have to exercise, he came in and did it, and total transformation. We're very excited for that whole family.
Well, you're doing a great job up there, and shout out to you, shout out to Jen, and you guys are doing awesome, and just keep up the great work. And hey, you're participating in the Black Friday sale this coming week, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We're excited. A lot of people are excited about that. We know that the phone's starting to ring already.
Yeah, people are already,
a lot of people.
People that did it last year trying to say, hey, are you doing it this year? So, yes, indeed.
Yes, yes.
All righty. Well, thank you, and you have a spectacular weekend.
Hey, likewise. You too, Dr. Ray.
All righty. Okay, Rob, well, one of the things that I just want to bring up is the fact that, we do have some amazing products that we talk about. This is and I'd like to highlight some of those because particularly, that's one of the things, even JB, he tells everybody, he goes, this program is, he always says pharmaceutically clean. I don't know where he got that. He said he showed his supplements to a pharmacist because the pharmacist kept saying, what in the world are you doing, JB? And everything just kept improving on him. And he brought him in and he said, the guy said, wow, these are amazing supplements. He says, really pharmaceutically clean. So he always says that. But the thing is, the adrenals, a lot of people think about your adrenals being just for energy, but they're for a lot more than that because they do pretty much three things. Number one is inflammation. So number two is fluid balance. And number three is it gives you energy. So you can have energy throughout the day. So when you're sitting still or you're standing there, you don't just go to sleep, or if you go to stand up when you're sitting, it gives a little squirt of adrenaline into the bloodstream so that you don't fall down. And that, by the way, you'll see that with people that have orthostatic hypotension or low blood sugar, or low blood pressure. And when they go to stand up, their blood pressure lowers. And people will generally lower when they go to stand up, but if it goes more than 10 points, it can cause you dizziness. It can cause you a lot of issues. And that can be an adrenal issue. And the adrenals need 5 things primarily. They need enough water. You need the salt. And I'm talking about our NutriMost, our pink salt, which is an air-dried salt. You don't want these highly toxic sea salts. In fact, kids really need it. You can tell if a kid needs it. I talked about this before. If you just, when they're perspiring, just take the upper part of their arm near their shoulder, and you swipe that, your finger on it, and just lick it, so sort of taste that. After you put your finger on it, it should be salty. If it's not, they don't have enough salt, and it can cause adrenal exhaustion from that. The other thing is the B vitamins, particularly B6, B2, PABA, acetylcoenzyme A, coenzyme A, and that's one of the things that makes our product so unique. You need at least 5 straight hours of uninterrupted sleep. And then you need a little bit of vitamin C and tyrosine. You can generally get that from your diet. And the nice thing is that when people do NutriMost Intelligence, they can actually determine exactly what they need, how much they need of it. But I'll tell you what, I put up with our product here because here's our AdrenaMost. It has both fermented and raw cordyceps sinensis. It's optimal bioavailability of the adenosine and triterpenes. It supports adrenals and energy. It has all the synergists and cofactors. It has eleuthero root, rhodiola rosea, bladder wrack, noni, agrimony herb, uva ursi, Chinese skullcap, broken cell wall chlorella. It has reishi. This is an amazing, amazing product to support your adrenals. We have it here. You know, our program, it's about, you know, the thing about our program, we have the technology to determine what you need. We can determine what foods that you need. We can determine the supplements that you need, but our supplements are proprietary supplements. We create these. We don't private label it. We don't buy it somewhere and private label it. We've determined the formulations, how much of each one. We make these, and you look at these, they don't look like the ingredients from other products. When you take a look at other products and they say so much vitamin C and vitamin D and E and all this stuff, it says, no, we're using whole foods. They're once living, that have DNA. That's the way our bodies are designed to take in foods. So give us a call at 855-688-7466, 855-688-7466, or you can visit us online at NutriMost.com.
All right, listen, one more segment with Dr. Ray, then CBS Radio News at 10, then the guys from True Value. Don't forget, 2 hours today, 11 until 1, AAA Central. First hour, Tracy and I will have a trip and cruise of the week and open talk, and then the folks from Hertz will drop by, along with folks from AAA Central talking all about insurance. That's a 2-hour edition of AAA Central's Talking Travel today, starting at 11 on KDKA. Good morning.
All right, well, we wait for KDKA to come back again. You know, they take breaks. We don't take breaks. So, you know, and one of the things, when we talked about the things that the adrenals need, and this is really important, because here's the thing. You know, one of the things is when we start to take a look at this stuff, and you have to realize that most Americans, first of all, they're in a need for a really good salt. And most salts out there have MSG in it. Most salts out there have anti-caking substances. Most of them are highly heated. You know, oftentimes as high as 1,100 degrees. These toxic junk salts that people get from the supermarkets, I'll tell you what, it's not good. When you have an air-dried sea salt, it makes all the difference in the world. I mean, it truly does. And I'll tell you what, and that's one of the reasons why you see adrenals, you know, from the stress that people undergo, from people from the work, from their school, from the daily chores of life, you know, and you want to get the adrenals function the way they should function. Because here's the thing, you know, when your adrenals aren't working properly and you don't have proper fluid balance, and by the way, just to give you an idea, children need about a half a teaspoon to up to a full teaspoon of an air-dried salt per day, because they turn the salt into HCl, because you take salt is sodium chloride, NaCl, and the body will cleave off the chloride fraction, and it's going to attach a hydrogen to that, and it creates HCl, and that's where you get into the digestive tract. And by the way, when you don't have digestion, it causes all kinds of issues. When you don't have a proper HCl, it causes other things as well. As it's easy to get sick. And if you know, then we take a look at if you're not getting at least 5 straight hours of uninterrupted sleep. The United States Air Force study showed us, hey, if you're not getting that, your adrenals working between 10 and 30%. So when we start to take a look at this, and we see the difference, and then we look at, you know, we talk about the fact that you need B vitamins, and I'll wait and talk about this when we come back on the air, because the B vitamins are literally it's craziness that what you have out there when you look at thiamine, they have B1, thiamine mononitrate, or thiamine hydrochloride. Those don't even exist. They don't exist in the body. It exists in thiamine pyrophosphate or thiamine cocarboxylase. That's the end-chain fully reduced form. That's what we have in NutriMost. And so, and the other thing is you take this in usually one time, and then it goes through the body, and it's out. It's used and it's out. We designed it. You put it in water. It's a liquid that we want you to put it in water. We want you to sip it all day long so that you're getting this high energy level throughout the entire day. Hey, by the way, we talked about JB earlier, and JB's he's just so excited to be a part of this. And the reason he's excited to be a part of it is because of the things that we're doing. And they tell me that we're going to be back with KDKA in just, let me just see, we're going to be back in just 30 seconds. So we'll get ready to start back with them. But I just want people to just go online, and you go to Google James Brown weight loss, and he wasn't allowed to tell what the program was. Of course, his agents, the attorneys, everything we do, we have to go through. You can't believe all the people that we have to go through. We have to go through CBS.
You ever envisioned yourself to be. It's NutriMost.com, the number to get that appointment with the great Dr. Ray Wisniewski, 855-NutriMost, NutriMost, 855-NutriMost, or 855-688-7466, 855-688-7466. And remember, go to the website. Find out more about an opportunity that is just a phone call away. NutriMost.com, 855-NutriMost, or 855-688-7466. Once again, Dr. Ray Wisniewski. Doc?
Hey, Rob, one of the things, I hope people realize that our program there's a reason why it's spreading across the country. There's a reason why that it's getting the notoriety that it's getting. There's a reason why we have all the different people that are, the sports and celebrities, and different people are coming into our program that are being recommended through the industry. Just like a CBS executive that tells James Brown, hey, it's an image business. And this is, when you're in an image business, we want to make sure that you look good. And so they're referring to this program. And when you take a look at the program, it's everything that makes up the program. It's the fact that we do guarantee. It's the fact that it's all professionals. It's health professionals. It's the fact that we're using NutriMost intelligence that goes as far upstream as possible to do root cause analysis to find the cause of the cause of the cause. And so you're supporting the cell on a molecular level, a cellular level, and on a metabolic level, the hormones and the neurotransmitters. And you see the inflammation going down. You see people, you heard Jen talk about the fact that, she had no idea that her restless legs would go away. She says one of the greatest things about it is her complexion and her hair, the difference that it makes. But it's finding out that exact roadmap, and that's the personalization of it, and then having coaches that are trained on it to be able to guide you through. And I looked, and I started talking about today this research, and they were talking about UCP1, which is a mitochondrial uncoupling protein 1. There's actually uncoupling proteins 1, 2, and 3, and one of our products is specifically, if people have no idea the combination, why I have it combined like that, in the amount that we have it in, because it's all about stimulating UCP1. And you look at that, and it's because there's some little known facts that's coming out on this, that we are so far ahead of the curve. And these are the things that we talk about. These are the things that we do. I don't even really talk about that. I just do. We put it together so that it works. People don't have to. And when they come in and they see that we have unique products, and one of those unique products I talk about is our B vitamin. And by the way, and you can go on, go into any of our offices. These are only available at a NutriMost office. And so you want to go into the office. You want to find out, what is that program? What is these supplements? And you go to NutriMost.com. You can put in your zip code. You can find an office near you. If there's not an office near you, you can do the remote program. And by the way, that's what JB did through our office. He had he talks about, I started talking about before, he always gives a shout out to two people. One is the person who referred him, Ken Agard. He's in the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. He's a legend. The other is Mrs. Janine Shea. She's his coach that is in our office. She's through our office at the Churchill Penn Hills office. And, we're just so ecstatic and happy about that. But all you have to do is give a call to 855-688-7466, 855-NutriMost. That's 855-NutriMost. and you put your zip code in. Once you call, it'll direct you immediately to an office near you. It'll put you to the closest office. But I just want to take you through, we talked about the B vitamins, Rob, and our B vitamin is so unique. This is a nutritional powerhouse. Where most B vitamins are just synthetic coal tar derivatives, our company's done everything we can to come up with a product that is the fully reduced end-chain form. And when we talk about that fully reduced end-chain form, we're talking about the fact that it doesn't have thiamine mononitrate or thiamine hydrochloride. It has it in the fully reduced form, the thiamine pyrophosphate, the thiamine cocarboxylase. We look at it has when you take a look at B9 or folic acid, and places have folic acid, it has to be the end-chain form. That's 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. When you take a look at B12, most of these places are like cyanocobalamin, which is crazy it's cyanide combined with B12. That's what it actually is. And that's almost all the products out there, where ours is not. Ours is 2 forms of B12. It's 5' adenosylcobalamin and methylcobalamin. So here it is. You put this into some water. It makes it go right to the bloodstream super fast, releasing this super high energy B vitamins directly into the cell immediately for the cell to use. I think it's the best of the best. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just go to a NutriMost office, get a bottle. Try it. Feel the difference. You will feel an energy kick from this because almost everybody does. It's just, you notice it right away. You're going to feel it. You're going to just love what this thing does. And it really takes your body to a new level of energy and power. And because of the fact that the B vitamins are in all the right forms. It's like real true vitamin B5. It's which is the precursor for this high energy ATP production. When you take a look at the B5, B6, B2, they're all in the high energy end-chain, fully reduced form. And that's the thing that makes this so unique, so different. So with folic acid, there's 2 types of folate. There's bound and free. The bound just goes straight through the body, nothing happens with it. The free form is then has to go through the liver to be methylated 5 times in order to become 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. And if you're lacking this, you're going to end up getting polyps. You're going to age faster because you can't synthesize RNA and DNA to repair your cells. So this is a superior form, and that's why it is a powerhouse. And then we add to that PQQ, which promotes energy production, along with CoQ10, which is a great antioxidant that's found in all the cells of the body. It's involved in basic cell function. It truly is amazing. And this is what we do. And we want you to experience it. All you need to do is give us a call. Go to call 855-NutriMost, 855-688-7466. You can be like JB. And you see him on NFL Today. You see him on Inside the NFL. You see what happened to him. He was shrinking before people's eyes. Every week he had to get his suit taken in last week at the end of the season. Every week. That's what this is about. And he continued to do it. He maintained that weight. We want you to experience that. Go to NutriMost.com, only $27. What a difference it'll make. Thank you, and you just have a great day, Rob.
All right, you too, Doc. Thank you. Always a joy.
All righty, and we are back. We are, let me put this on. Okay, we are out of KDKA right now, and we are just on Facebook Live. And, by the way, I talked about this product. We brought in the AdrenaMost, the BMost. Last week we talked about our DHA. We talked about our LeanMost Whey. Some of these products, like the LeanMost Whey, we spent well over a year and a half figuring this out, determining what it was, went through so many different products. And what we found out is, right now, the people who use whey proteins, it's funny because people listen to this broadcast, they think, oh, so there's the program using shakes. And people who know the program know that that's not what it's about. But sometimes it's easier afterwards to just grab a shake, or if you're doing some exercise, particularly if you're doing some weight training exercise, within an hour, you want to bring some protein, a high bioavailable protein into the body. And that's what this is. So we wanted something that had all the nutrients. We wanted something that would help your microbiome, because that is so important. So we needed to have the right prebiotics. We needed to have the right probiotics in it. We needed to have the right nutrients. We wanted to have everything that your body needs, every single vitamin, mineral, cofactor, synergist that the body requires to live. So we put these all in this product in a live source form. And there's no other product that's like it. We made it, we created it, and it has this perfect consistency. It has this, it doesn't have that chalky consistency. It has a great flavor. Here was the problem on that one. When we made that, we put a lot into it. All our ingredients were much more expensive than the typical things that they put out there. And so we priced it where it should have been. And we were one of the highest on the market. And I looked at it, and people are telling me, they're like, Doc, we got the best whey protein. It's by far the best. We got to be more competitive. I'm like, yeah, but this is our cost on it. So what we did was, it's still our cost. We have the slimmest margins on that product. If of all products, that's our slimmest margins, and it's because of the fact we take such detail in making this product. It's such care, such the way that it's combined, and it tastes like, just try it. You'll love it. The B vitamin, the same way. If you have an issue with energy, if you're having things like, a lot of conditions are related to the adrenals that you don't think about. Even a lot of people think that their thyroid, it's a thyroid when it's really adrenal. Do a basal body temperature. If you see a basal body temperature going all over the place, if it's, one day it's 98, another day it's 96.9, another day it's 95.7, and then it goes up to 98 again, and you're like, what in the world? And you're doing it right. And by the way, when we say doing it right, you use a basal thermometer. You, it's like the old shakedown thermometers, but they have them now. They're mercury free, but you can't use the electronic ones, because what you want to do is you want to put it at your bedstand. As soon as you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, as soon as you wake up, just reach over, grab that, put it under your armpit. But when you put it under, of course, skin on skin contact, not on top of anything. Put snug, 10 minutes. Wait 10 minutes. Take the temperature. If you see it jumping all over the place, good chance that you have an adrenal issue. If you're having trouble where you're bumping something that just swells up all the time, it's an inflammatory issue. If you seem to keep having inflammation, if you're tired all the time, if you're, even the fact when people, a lot of times, when they think that when they're getting puffiness, when they're, when you're having constipation, that can be a fluid imbalance because of a hormone, aldosterone. See, the adrenals produce your corticosteroids, and that's your inflammation, all right? They produce epinephrine and norepinephrine, adrenaline, okay? They produce your aldosterone, which is for your fluid balance. And by the way, if you've had a hysterectomy, what happens is, so how do you make these hormones now? Well, I'll tell you how you make the hormones now. Your adrenal makes them. The adrenals make them. So initially, when you have a hysterectomy, one of the things is, boom, right away, you'll be wiped out. And one of the reasons is because your adrenals are working overtime. So it's a good thing to start using this with the adrenals, and that'll help you tremendously, tremendously. So, I hope you understand the difference of this program. And I want to go back and just real quickly just remind everybody again. And, we take a look at this stuff and this is, where we see, and this is, I'm just on the internet. You can see this is the Washington Post. You see there, he describes it. And this is really what started it all. When they put this out, and this was in June 27th, at that time he was down 74 pounds. He continued to lose some more weight. He's down 85 pounds. He's bouncing. It's amazing. Now he's into this, we call it the body sculpting. because even when you keep the weight the same, you start to just sculpt the body a little bit more. And that's one of the things that happens. It tends to, when you're doing things and you show, we have them doing the Net 4 exercise, but it's really just awesome when you take a look at this. Like this one here, you can see, I believe this is, here it is, sportscaster James Brown wants to be a strong, healthy vessel for his use. And he just goes through and describes, what happened and what this was and what this transformation was and what it was like, and describes a little bit about the program. And he tells people who the program is, but he didn't mention it on here. But we're seeing if they can go in and see if the people who wrote the story, if they can actually afterwards go in and sort of let people know what the program is, because there's so many people asking. He's even bombarded with that. But we are so proud to have a spokesperson such as James Brown as our spokesperson. And the reason is that he didn't start off as being a spokesperson. He's not like some shill. He wasn't, hey, we're looking who's be a good person, who can market this. It was JB did the program. He loves the program. He can't say enough positive things about it. It was funny. I was on with him yesterday, and I was telling my wife this. I'm on the program with him, and he went to pull in. He stopped, and this guy just stopped him and goes, "Mr. Brown, I called your office. No one ever got back to me. You look amazing." He says, "What's the weight loss program that you did? I want to do it. I've been trying to lose weight. I can't lose weight." He goes, "I'm watching my TV, and every week you're just looking better and better and better." And JB says, "I have the doctor on the phone, who's the person who started it all." And so he introduces me to the guy. We give him our number, and JB is so nice. He gave him his mobile number, and he says, "If you have any problems, you talk to me." And it's that's the type of a person that he is. That's what we have. That's what we want. That's what this program is. And that's why we try to get this information out to you every week. Hey, remember, I almost forgot I should have ended the program with this, and I forgot because, take advantage. Be like JB. Maybe he'll be buying another one this year. The Black Friday sale. You can just call up and make that purchase during. It's on November 23rd through 27th. You can call and sort of pre-order that, and they'll take care of you. So if you call and pre-order, not all offices are participating, but at least I have to say that I think they all are. But so it's going to be 25% off of new clients, and it's going to be 35% off an additional round. So if it's your second round or if it's your third round, like Jen did, and you see what a difference. And I just want to put Jen back up again, and just to show you, just take a look at her and what the difference that made. I mean, it is really, truly, truly, truly phenomenal. And you see, it doesn't even. And by the way, I have lost 80 pounds, and it's 90 pounds, so I will have to correct that because she was on here. But you can just take a look and see it doesn't look like the same person. And so we hope that that's you. We hope you take advantage of that. And just remember, we are on. Let me just put that up. And by the way, I'm here by myself today. Ken stopped in, make sure everything was up and running. He says, "Are you good?" Because he said, "I need to get my car taken care of, and they could get me in now." And I said, "Go, you can get it taken care of because I am good," which we were. And it's you can visit us at NutriMost.com. You can see any reviews at NutriMostReviews.com. And again, there's NutriMost USA on Facebook. And they got a great NutriMost support page. It's a member-only page. That was not started by NutriMost. That was started by clients who just got together, and just a great family there. Remember, we're here every Saturday from 9 a.m. to it's 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It says 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. I have to make sure I change that. And then every Thursday at 12 noon for the latest news and research to create your most beautiful, healthy life. And again, I'm Dr. Ray Wisniewski, and I'm so glad that you joined us on this program. So we're happy that you really follow us. Make sure you take a look at the previous shows on Thursday. The Thursday shows, they're shorter. Sometimes it's one or two things, sometimes three things, latest things in the news, but it's always interesting, I can promise you. It's stuff that we've been talking about and really just is transformational. So just make sure you pick up the phone or visit us online at NutriMost.com, and thank you for joining.